It's a good question you asked. Why is this all of these? Why is it happening to all these people right now? Like, why do you think?
Yeah. Well, I mean, did you see the other story about the FBI guy who was leading the investigation?
Was colluding with Russia.
Yeah, like he leads the Russia investigation against Trump, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're charging him for colluding with Russia. Like, there's something going on. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the deep state trying to get rid of Biden, but in like a weird way where they're like, oh, but like there's other people we're trying we're fair, maybe trying to reestablish their their reputation with the American public. I don't know what it is.
I mean, I suppose that makes sense if the Department of Justice was going to go ahead and say, all right, let's start trying to fix our image because we've allowed it to be tarnished so bad, and the American people don't trust the DOJ.
No, I don't think they would be doing it like legitimately. Like this would be like the veil under which they say like, oh, see, we're hitting everybody, but they have a bigger agenda potentially at play where maybe they're not so happy with Biden and they want to get rid of him. I have no idea.
But who do they want? Like in that case, if they don't want Biden anymore, who do they want?
Someone who can win, someone who doesn't go against their wishes in pulling out of Afghanistan. Maybe Newsom. I don't know.
Newsom, I think Newsom's the guy. I think Newsom's the guy that the Democrats are going to be.
Look. If you were a deep state cabal conspiracy villain, and you wanted someone to fit the mold of, like puppet Machiavellian, Manchurian candidate, like Newsom's your guy. I mean, look at him. He looks like he's probably a lizard person.
He's American Psycho.
He is American Psycho.
Exactly. So you're sitting there and you're like, look, I'm evil and trying to rule the world. This guy looks like he fits the mold. He's like a young Bond villain. Like Klaus Schwab is the old Bond villain, but he's like the number two. He could be the Bond villain. He could do it. Yeah.
There's a comic book character that he reminds me of. I don't remember the comic book character's name. It was a tertiary character, but it was just the way that the hair was, that it kind of flew back like pointy, and he would shoot ice from his hands, kind of like Iceman. I don't remember who the guy was, but.
That'd be cool if Newsom could shoot ice from his hands. I might vote for him.
I mean, he could fix the drought they're having in California
and global warming.
Oh, true. I actually met him when I was a kid. I was at the mall in San Francisco, and he's just like sitting there on his phone, and I'm like a little kid. I'm like, Mayor Newsom, and he's like, yeah. and I was like,
he shoots you with ice.
He's like, can I help you? And then he's like, okay. And he goes back on his phone. I went and watched the movies for like 4 hours, and I come back and he's still walking around.
How old were you?
I don't remember. It was a while back, but he was not very nice. But I met the other mayor of San Francisco, Willie Brown. That guy was super nice. That was the guy who like hooked up with Kamala Harris, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
oh really?
Yeah, I mean, he was getting it. He was probably in a good mood.
Seemed like a happy guy.
It was probably around that time actually.
Maybe
good for the vice president.
How do you feel about London Breed? How's she doing? I feel like every day someone is.
I mean, listen, it's San Francisco. You have to. You go with what you get. I mean, she's better than Chesa Boudin, who was the AG who got recalled. But I don't know. She's still not great. She's still like, she just goes with whatever the political winds are in San Francisco. She was for defunding the police. Then when she was like, oh, that's unpopular, even with San Francisco. Okay, no, I never did that. I didn't support that at all. So